guys, I'm Heidi Villegas. I am the writer and author and herbalist and aromatherapist over at Healing Harvest Homestead, and I love teaching people online, in person, in consultations, all about how to use herbs and plants for your natural health. And as a person myself who has solved like a ton of health issues that I used to have, using plant medicine, getting my health back naturally, I can tell you it's possible. But anyway, thank you for being here for the second of this free series that I've created for you. My mission is to simply show you how easy it is to use simple herbs like sage, which you probably have growing in your garden, to create some useful and beautiful plant medicines that can really help you heal and help your body feel alive and better again. So before we get into today's project, I'd like to share a story with you about one of my students. And I've got lots of students and lots of stories, but I want to tell you about Heather. So she joined us in my tribal group and in my big course a little under a year ago. And in that time, she's gone from not knowing what to do, from being frustrated with health issues that she and her family were having, to basically being able to go out in her yard and forage for different things that were growing back there that she could use and didn't even know she could use, and being able to help her family, her daughter, herself, with health concerns that they had with the plant medicine. And she's written to me several times just saying thank you, and I just love hearing that. I believe that, you know, it's our God-given right to know how to use the plants that God put on this earth for us to use, and not just for food, but for our health and for our medicine. And you know, truly, we're the ones in charge of our health. About 15 years ago, this was before I got into herbs, I was sick. I would say I was deathly sick. Didn't feel good. I was addicted to certain over-the-counter substances. I was on some very strong prescription medications. One doctor told me my liver was shot. I didn't feel good. My hair was falling out. My skin was a mess. I wasn't doing well. And yesterday I'll share it again here. Yesterday I shared this book with you. I ran across this book in a feed store of all places, and not a book I ever would have looked at or picked up, even though I considered myself felt healthy and fit. I was a gym rat back then. But I read that book cover to cover, and I started working with the herbs. And then I got myself into some courses, and I invested some money and some time into learning about how the plants can help us. And now it's my mission to help you, because I think every single family should have access to a home herbalist for common ailments and home remedies, so that we don't have to rely on drugstores or even doctors all the time. Now, obviously, sometimes you have to go to the doctor. That's, you know, if I broke my leg today, I'd be down at the hospital. But the reality is that most of our health concerns can be taken care of right in our own homes, naturally and safely and effectively. You just have to know what to do. So anyway, we are talking about sage today, and I'm going to show you a neat thing you can do with it. So yesterday we made some sage tea. Okay, got it right here. I still haven't strained off the sage. And we also got a vinegar acetum started, which is basically just an herbal infusion in some vinegar. And here I've got some sage tincture that I started I think last summer. The shelf life on tinctures is really long. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to our project today too. I've got some sage leaves, and I've got some lemon peels. and then I have some lemon essential oil. You don't need all of these things. What we're going to make today is basically a really exceptional all-purpose cleaner for your home. And you could just simply use water and your sage acetum or in your vinegar. But I'm going to throw in a couple of other things just to show you how creative the process is. Once you start learning how to make your own plant medicines and your own preparations, you're just going to be amazed at how fun it is to get creative. You know, do some different things with your plants that, you know, are possible when you do start getting creative. So what I've got here is I've got a spray bottle that's empty. It's just a glass spray bottle. I like using glass because it seems to hold up better to essential oils and vinegar if I, you know, use those. I've got a little funnel. I've got a strainer, and I've got a Pyrex jar because I'm going to show you how to strain off herbs from your from your jar. Now I want to say something about this vinegar acetum. Typically, I would leave this for about a week to 2 weeks, and it hasn't been that long, but that's okay. Actually, I'm just gonna strain off a little here. I'm gonna add some more vinegar to this so that I don't waste the plant matter, but we'll just set that aside. And here I've got about a cup of the sage vinegar. You can see the color of it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pour that into my glass jar. Now, when you're making your cleaning sprays with vinegars, you're going to find different measurements for things to use. Usually, you're going to find directions that say mix it with water, your vinegar with your water to dilute it. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and use my sage tea. I'm going to pour this in. Now, since I'm using sage tea, there's obviously plant matter that's in the tea. I'm going to just make it 1 part to 1 part, so another cup here. And the thing is that you can have some mold. So, you know, you might just want to use some plain water. It's just fine. But what I'm doing to offset that problem for myself is I'm going to go ahead and add some of the sage tincture, which is an alcohol infusion. Adding about a 1/4 cup or so. And now I'm going to go ahead and add some fun bits. We're going to put in some lemon peel. The lemon peel, as long as it's in here, is going to continue to degrade, and it's going to release its compounds into the cleaner, which is going to help it clean better, because we all know what a great degreaser lemon is, right? Okay, and a little bit of lemon essential oil. I'm adding about 20 drops. And then if you want to, you can go ahead and put some sage leaves in too. All right, put your cap on. Give it a good shake. Still have the sore throat from yesterday. So if you guys missed yesterday, definitely go back and look, because this sore throat spray is wonderful. Okay, and here you go. You've got a nice spray. Now the liquids in here will tend to separate a little bit, and that's fine. Okay, you just spray it on there, wipe it off like normal. One thing I want to say is that if you're using this on wood, you want to be careful, because some woods might react to the vinegar. Alcohol is also drying, but the alcohol doesn't really have a big effect on most woods, I found, if you wipe it off right away. The lemon oil is wonderful for wood. In fact, what I'll do a lot of times just another little tip is I'll take a little bit of olive oil, a couple of tablespoons, and I'll put a few drops of the lemon essential oil in it. I use that to as my furniture polish, and it's really, really good. All right, so that's it for today's little project, our fun project, making a homemade cleaning spray. Now again, you can keep that cleaning spray simple with simply water and your infused vinegar. That's it. If you want to get fancier like I just did, you can certainly add other things, but it's not necessary. So hope you enjoyed this. And remember, you guys, that you're in charge of your health. And if you're frustrated by just feeling like you're so dependent on the over-the-counter medications, or if you're on prescription medications and you really want to get off of them, or let's just say you're doing okay right now, but you think that you could actually feel a little better or be healthier, herbs are a great way to start. Herbs are a great thing to just start learning about and be asking yourself those questions of, is this possible for me? Can I maybe wean myself off of these medications? And I was lucky. Over time, I did. At this point, my husband and I, we have not taken any over-the-counter or prescription medications in almost a decade. And that's because I make it all. And what's funny is we didn't realize this consciously, but we had a gift certificate to CVS one time, and we decided that we were going to go get some medical supplies to stock up our storeroom with. And so we went into CVS, and we're looking around, and we're going up and down the aisles, and nothing's going into the cart. And Joe turns around, my husband, and looks at me, and he says, "Heidi," he says, "you make all this stuff." And I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, I know." And it was a light bulb moment for us. It really was. So we ended up getting bandages and betadine and things like that I can't make, but that you need anyways. So that was really a neat moment, and I'm telling you right now, it's possible for you too. I know we're all different. Our health is a very, very individual matter. So, we're all going to have different experiences and different results and different ideas, and we're going to need to do different things. But that's one of the reasons why learning herbalism in a community is so valuable, because you've got people you can ask. You've got a safe place to wonder, if this or that might work, or what do you suggest, or, how about going about it this way or that way? And I can tell you, I didn't have that when I was learning my herbs, how to use herbs. I did not have that. And that was just so sad to me back then, because herbalism wasn't mainstream. It's not even mainstream now, but it's becoming more so. Like, people are becoming more aware. So find a good community is my suggestion. I also want to just say that doing things like we're doing here with our herbs, these are our old-fashioned practices that still work today. In fact, I'm convinced after my experiences that they work better in most cases than the chemical lab created concoctions. And those ways have been educated out of us. They've been taken away from us by big pharma and the medical industry. And I'm not going to get into politics or anything, but I really believe that the old ways need to be retained. The old ways, the traditions, the home remedies, I'm on a mission to help keep them alive in our world. And anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this free second video lesson, and I hope that you'll join us tomorrow for the third and final free video lesson in the series. And actually, there will be one more after that. And I hope that you'll take a look at the links I have below for you. And definitely, if you haven't downloaded the Sage ebook that I'm giving to you for free, it's about 35 to 40 pages long. So, just to give you an idea of the length of it, so you can print it. But go ahead and print that out. It's my gift to you, and it will tell you everything you want to know about sage, along with lots and lots of recipes that you can try in your own home too. And again, if you missed yesterday's video, go back and look at it so you can learn how to make this sore throat spray. And have a really good day or evening or wherever you're at. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Oh, and listen, if you could please do me a favor, leave me some comments, because if you could leave comments, it just helps me know what you need and like and what I can do more of to help you. All right, I hope you'll meet me back here tomorrow for the third video in the series, because we're going to go ahead and learn one more thing to do with sage, and this is a fun one, and it smells really, really good. So I hope to see you tomorrow.